It's just us.
Hey everyone, welcome to
Hi, ladies.
My name is Tyshae, and ladies, why don't you introduce yourselves?
I'm Lena. I'm Camille.
I'm Tracy, and I'm a Cancer.
Hey.
Well,
And last but not least.
it wasn't me. I said at the same time, I think, as Lena.
Oh, okay. So Lena and Sydney said it at the same time. I see Sydney talk. I didn't see Lena. Welcome to Pretty Smart, everyone. We are going to be talking about zodiac signs today. It is supposed to be our faves, zodiac faves, but I want to make it more broader. Like I want to talk about everything: faves, worst, dating, non-dating, friendships, family. Let's put it all on the table. Let's start with our signs. Like, what do you know about your signs? Let's start with Tracy.
Well, as a Cancer, I know we are generous, sensitive, loving, and totally committed. When we're with somebody, we're with them to the end.
Love it. And show that shirt off, girl. Show it off.
Oh, it's not playing.
Cancer gang. Okay. All right, Arlena, what about you, girl?
I don't really know that much about signs, but I do know that I am an Aries, and like some of the traits that or some of my strengths are like being determined, courageous, or like honesty and being passionate about different things. So that's about all I know. But yeah.
Okay,
I'm an Aries.
love it. Aries gang. Okay. All right, Sydney.
Hi, I'm an Aquarius. I mean, I'm an air sign, and I act just like an air sign. I mean, we're communicative humanitarians. I mean, we're clever at times. I don't know. We also can be emotional in different things. It kind of just depends. It depends your house placement and all different sorts of things. So, yeah.
Love it. Okay,
I
Aquarius.
fit a lot of
Building. All right, and then my Virgo twin gang.
Gang. Virgo
Go
Nation
ahead and
over
tell them
here,
about us,
everybody.
girl.
Yes, I'm Camille Valentine, and I'll just say that Virgos are very analytical. We are driven. We're the best friends ever. We're the wisest of the zodiac sign. We're the only female of the zodiac sign. We have so many really good qualities. Like we're your best friend. You can tell us everything, and we'll keep your secrets. That's just the tip of the iceberg.
Yes, I love it. To add on to that, Virgos, I feel like with us, we can be sensitive, but we're very kind-hearted people. We love to love. We love to love on people. We're very affectionate. We're definitely
Very
affectionate.
We got 2 Virgos up in here. What?
Yes, we do.
That
Don't try to tag us. We coming for you, okay? Okay. So what are y'all faves? Like, what are some of y'all zodiac faves?
Yeah, Virgo.
Yes, Virgo gang, Virgo gang.
Where's my Aquarius gang? Come on.
Okay,
Now, what I can say about Virgos that I know, now my son is a Virgo, my brother-in-law is a Virgo, well, 2 brother-in-laws are Virgos. My best friend growing up was a Virgo. What I can say about Virgos, overthinkers.
Oh, yes.
When she said analytical, all I could do is just smile. Virgos to me overthink everything. But when you talk about loyal and can keep a secret, no nonsense sign. No nonsense. But we'll hold you down. We'll hold you down.
This is true.
Definitely. I love it.
That's how I feel about Virgos. Now, be perfectly honest, would never date one because they are overthinkers.
Yeah.
And analyze to the end. So I'm gonna stick with my Cancer man.
And Camille, I do want to ask you because I'm like this, but I do hear, yes, we are very like, you could come to us and we'll keep your secrets, but we are TMI kind of people. Well, at least I feel like me and a few other Virgos.
I'm
Like,
definitely
when we
oversharer.
talk about stuff, we gonna tell you the nitty gritty, and we gonna get all into it to where you like, I don't want to hear that.
That is very true.
So, yeah,
I
we're
do. I
definitely
probably
doing
talk
that.
a little bit too much. That's probably why I'm on this show. And
You know, it's a blessing
Because
and a
we
curse.
just we always want to learn stuff. Like I feel like our
Yeah.
sign, we love
I
learning. We love the esoteric, like the spirituality. That's like all of us. And I really will also like to say that Virgos can be very sweet and nurturing in like that Virgo image on one side, but then like there is a flip side to us that I can really appreciate.
Yeah, there is. Now,
Yeah.
Tracy, I do want to ask you. So you did bring up Virgo, and I assumed that maybe that was your fave, you know, and it's okay to admit that it's your fave. I do want to get clarity. So is Virgo your fave, or do you actually have a favorite?
No, actually, I would honestly say I don't have a favorite in terms of for friendships for me personally, but in terms of romantic relationships, I have to be honest. I have to stick with my Cancer men.
Okay.
I have to stick with, because if anybody has ever dated a Cancer man out there or woman, you know that Cancers are they're so soft on the inside, but hard on the outside. I think it's that crab shell, you know, and that's why I have been in 3 relationships in my entire life. All of them have been with Cancer men. Now, none of them look alike. So I don't have a type in terms of looks, but I have a type in terms of personalities and things to look for. So if somebody is really generous, kind-hearted, but you know, they can knuck if you buck, I'm down for one of them. And that's the Cancer man. That's a Cancer man all day long. They're gonna protect theirs.
Oh yeah, for sure. I never dated a Cancer, but I do know Cancers are very caring. I have a best friend Cancer, and it's surprising because I hear like a lot of bad things about Cancers. I'm not gonna lie, but I do have a Cancer best friend. She's actually a relative of mine, and we get along just fine. I love that she's caring, she's outgoing. You know, she's a knuck if you buck too. You know, she'll have your back in a heartbeat. But yeah, that I've never dated a Cancer, so that's interesting.
Yeah,
I actually married a Cancer.
Yeah,
I was just getting to you, girl. I was just getting to you. See, we be right here because I was just about to ask, like, what do you? Because I know you're not really familiar with signs, but you said you married a Cancer. Tell us about that. Like, what are those characteristics that
So basically, everything she was describing, I was like, yes, that's my man. Yes, that's my man. But yeah, that's like I said, I don't really dive deep into like what Sydney was saying about the, you know, knowing, you know, the moon signs and things of that nature. But you know, I do know that okay, he's a Cancer, I'm an Aries. But I was gonna ask Sydney or Tracy, do you guys like when you're dating someone, do you look up their sign ahead of time? Like, is that one of the qualifications? Like, how does that work? I don't know.
And the crazy part is my husband and I have the exact same birthday.
Wow.
Didn't ask any of those questions ahead of time. Again, I don't have a type in terms of physical. But if I see somebody and they're really sweet and generous and you take care of my heart, then that's the person I'm going with. And like I said, my 3 relationships in my life have all been with Cancer men.
Wow. Nice.
I've not really dated anybody.
I divorced the Cancer man in my life.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Come on.
No, because
give us the nitty gritty about these Cancers.
Yeah, no, because again,
like oil and water. It's oil and water for me, I think, with the Cancers because, and also dealing with the personality type. So like I'm an empath and he was a narcissist. So any of the zodiac signs, if you are matched with someone who is not like you, then you're going to have some problems. Empaths, narcissists, they don't mix. So the Cancer and the Virgo with us in our dynamic, it definitely did not mix. So,
yeah, I think romantically, I think romantically it wouldn't mix because Virgos again are always, you know, they're 2 steps ahead of what everybody else is thinking. They've already thought about what you're trying to come up with. Yeah. And so for a Cancer man, if you're always 2 steps, they're gonna look as if you're putting them down. Right. So they always gonna be looking for the come up. And I'm gonna tell you, it's always best to put somebody on the defense. It's always best. And I do know that about Cancer man. They're always going to put you on the defense. Mm-hmm. Now, you know, and it's like, okay, so if you can't match that same energy, and see, you've already passed that.
Yeah.
You've already been past that, so it's not going that. It's not going.
Yeah.
It's not going to work.
All right,
It's
let's
not
hear. We got a question. Can upbringing by a difference maker? For example, Cancer born and raised in NYC may act differently than a Cancer raised in. I absolutely believe it. And
Yeah.
even households are different. If you were raised by different parents, that definitely has an effect on your characteristics. So yeah, for sure.
But
Yeah.
also, it plays a role. I feel like not like, okay, I'm an Aquarius, my wife's an Aquarius, but we're very different. But also, like, if you go deeper into the zodiacs, you're going to have different placements, is what I was talking about. Like, you know, I'm a Gemini ascendant. You know, I also am a, let me see. I have this whole chart, which, by the way, if you guys are curious about it, you should download CoStar.
Let me do that right now because I need to learn this stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
See, it looks like this. And then I also download Astro Future.
Mm-hmm.
Those ones are really good, but you need to know your birthday and birth time. But like my chart, so like my chart has different things. Like I'm a Gemini ascendant, I'm a Leo Jupiter, a Virgo moon, a Scorpio Pluto, Capricorn Uranus, Aquarius Sun, Pisces Venus, and Gemini Mars. Okay, so like
that all complicates things because I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, I just want to be a Virgo. That's all I want to do.
placements. So your house has different placements, and that's going to be your life experiences, the people you communicate with, the things you go through. That's all going to be the different placements that you're going to go through.
Yeah.
That's why not every Gemini is going to be the same, because they all have different placements. You know, not every, you know, Aquarius is. That also takes into effect who you are, your emotions, your behaviors, your traits, you know, all those things are going to take into place on those as well. So like, they're not always going to be the same. And of course, the experiences you go through in life, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
So all of it plays a factor, and all of it. It's a lot. It's kind of complicated.
Who's your zodiac fave? Just on the signs part.
I like Aquariuses.
Okay.
Sometimes. Okay, ones that usually you avoid are Scorpios. The ones I avoid are Scorpios, Taurus, Virgos, sorry.
She didn't say Aries, so we're good.
Hey.
Yeah,
You made
I can say Aries, but pretty much the other ones are fine. You know, no, Leos. Sorry, I'm canceling Leos. I can't do
Yeah,
I like people, but I cannot be in a relationship. Sorry.
Well, I love that you said that because I do want to know who's everyone's absolute no sign. I know for me, sorry, Aquarius, absolutely not. I can have a friend Aquarius, but I cannot date. I would never be able to marry one.
Wait, tell me your experience with Aquarius. Have you had an experience with Aquarius dating?
Yes,
Okay.
I actually like I always attract Aquarius. It's either Taurus or Aquarius that I attract. And with them, they were just too, and they were all the same. Like all of them were very needy. Like you had to be mom and girlfriend. Yes, and like you always had to take on their responsibility. Like
You know what's funny?
Responsible for themselves.
Yes, I do know a lot of Aquariuses who are needy. I am so far. I'm not. Like it's weird. That's the dynamic. Me and my wife have an issue because she is more of a needy Aquarius, and I'm like, I'm not needy at all. And so sometimes it bothers her because she's like, I need more, and I'm like, okay, I'm sorry. You know, like we try to. That's where we differ as Aquariuses. She's more, I need this, and I'm more like, I'm cool, like whatever.
Yeah.
You're such a dude, Sydney.
See, I would have thought you would have been an Aries because you're like you said last, and I want to say the last few shows you had said that you're very like not necessarily controlling, but you like to take over, your relationship. You're like kind of like the dominant one in your relationship, and I feel like Aries are like that. Aries are the ones that they want to have full control, whether it's a guy or the woman. Yes. They want to have full control over everythol.
See, that's where we differ. I don't want full control. I'm totally cool with taking it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I guess, and like, I control a lot of like the finances and things like that. Like, I don't know. I'm such a dude. It's so funny you said that. And then I'm like speaking, but I mean, I don't need to, I don't know. Maybe it's not a need, but it's like, I'm willing to be like the leader or be in charge or be controlled. But maybe that's the difference between Aries because they need it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Look, I see Lena smiling. Go ahead and let us know, Lena. Are you really like that? You like the control?
I really am. I have to be in charge. Like I feel like it won't get done right unless I do it.
Well, okay, I'm a little bit controlling when it comes to like putting things away because I'm just like everything has to be aesthetically pleasing and it's ridiculous. So I might be a little bit. That's where I have it is because
a little
like
OCD maybe.
Don't be ashamed. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, I'm a little OCD too. I think that's okay.
Yeah, that is completely okay. But back to Lena. So the full control thing, because I
have been put in check a few times.
My sister, she's like my best friend, but oh my gosh, she works my nerves with that controlling. Like she has to have everything under control. Like she won't participate in nothing if you don't put her on top and in control.
Oh, I'm not like that.
Okay,
yeah,
well,
so I hope you're not watching this.
That's funny you should say that because my mother and my sister are both Aries, and that's them.
See, you know,
that's them. Yeah.
No, go ahead, Lena. Go ahead and explain yourself.
Never gonna be that second. Don't be an afterthought. They can't be an afterthought.
Scorpio is on the list.
I'm not that bad. Like I'm not on that level. If if I feel like this is I'm not being catered to the way I want to, I'll just do something myself. I'll make myself a priority. I don't look for other people to do it for me.
Yeah.
Ooh, you know what? I
can respect that.
Yeah.
You don't need any validation, and that's good.
Yeah, that's a great quality.
If you want to join me, come on. But I'm gonna just do it myself.
I feel it.
Yeah.
Camille, what's your absolute no?
Oh, okay. So I had already started my list, and that list has begun. Aries, and then I went on to Cancer, and then I went on to actually Scorpios. I think a lot of Scorpios are kind of like fluff. I think they have a lot of fluff. They're not deep enough for the Virgo.
Okay.
I can get behind that one.
The other two, though, explain why they're absolute no.
Oh, well, because Aries, for me, I cannot be bossed around. That's not happening with Virgo. It's Virgo over here. Now, I'll work with you. I work in tandem with my mates, my man, my king. Like we can work together, but to be underneath you, to be subjected, to be like, no, we're not. I'm not going to be bossed around. That's not happening.
I feel that.
Oh, I'm a goddess.
Like I guess this Virgo, I mean, I like guys that are in control. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't want to feel like I'm beneath you, but I do like them to take control. I don't like how this new times are where we have to approach men or women. We have to pay for everything. Like, I just feel like that's weird. Like, I want you to be able to do that. I want you to be able to take control, I feel that.
Yeah,
we used to be worshipped like goddess in Africa. That is very true.
Yeah, that's true.
We did. But that used to is what is the ugly truth. It's
right.
And Camille
is magical because they didn't know how we had babies all the way back then. We were magical.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, Camille, correct me if I'm wrong. Your Cancer man did take care of you, though, right?
My Cancer man, when we were in the honeymoon phase, he was all right. But again, like I said, that only lasted a short amount of time. And so the other times around that we were traveling through the rest of the zodiac signs, no, it was pure hell and chaos. So,
yeah, because my first husband was a Cancer man, and I went through hell with gasoline droves. It seemed like on a regular.
Yeah, no. So he's just for all the other signs because I have like a 0.
And that's what I was gonna say. Don't let that one put a bad taste in your mouth because my husband now is also a Cancer. Mm-hmm. Polar opposites though. That's the city. That's the city boy versus the country boy.
He ruined it, Tracy, for everyone.
Isn't that awful?
All the Cancers out there.
Isn't that awful? And that's because that's the Virgo in you, though.
Yeah.
There's the Virgo in you.
I do have a quick question about these Cancers. Are they crybabies?
Yes.
No.
On the low. Low. Not. They will never let you see them.
Okay, well, I was gonna say I've never seen them like.
No. Even a Cancer female, we will never let you see a sweat. Now that's real. You will never. My family thinks I have no emotions, but I really do.
That's how I feel about Virgos. People think we're so just hardcore and we have no feelings, but we be sensitive about a lot of stuff. We be and again, we ain't gonna show y'all, but behind closed doors, we be like, "What? Say that about me?"
And I mean the ugly cry though too.
Exactly.
A lot like Geminis. They're either cold or warm.
Oh my God, let's get into these Geminis because
hold the hell on now. Wait.
The two-faced.
What we got to say about Geminis?
We was about to get to it, but you cut us.
Two shows in a row, y'all done had me jump on here.
I know. So tell us about the Gemini.
Just tell us.
Okay, I know you're right. Geminis are good friends if you want to have a good time.
Yes, I'm gonna agree with that.
I'm not too sure about. Relationship wise, it could get really nice and then it could get really ugly because y'all just be two-faced. Like 1 minute y'all be go lucky, like y'all really be bipolar.
Yeah,
I have to agree with that. If you get in on their good side, you're in.
Not in friendships, but sometimes in dating. Yes.
Yeah, that was one of the ones that I just can't date. I don't think I said it, but yeah, Geminis.
I need to have my ex-wife on the show so she can say all of this is a lie.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
I was an exception to the rule.
I never dated a Gemini, so I don't know.
Again,
you know what? I'm gonna get out of y'all's show. I'm just gonna say y'all can say I'm two-faced, we this and that, but you know what? Geminis can fuck.
Well, okay. I've never.
We're gonna leave that alone. Edit all of that.
Oh Lord.
I wouldn't agree with that. I'm sorry, John.
I wouldn't know.
I love you, but I'm sorry. It was mediocre. But I will say though, with Geminis, they're so fun to be around because they clown around. They're funny. They'll make you laugh. They're full of energy all the time. So yeah, they're definitely fun to be around.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't
to date.
Dating. I dated one and I was just like, I can't. Like, he's driving me crazy. And I'm already a little bit crazy. I don't want to bring out that other crazy in me.
Right.
So.
Now I've been thinking about this. The drop dead no sign for me would be a Sagittarius man. A Sagittarius man.
Wait.
I love people Sagittarius.
Well, because you're a Virgo, you would.
Yeah. Beyonce, Jay-Z.
Yeah, you would. But for a water sign and a Sag, I don't think would ever go together.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't.
Well, explain.
Cool from a distance, but other than that, nah.
Sagittarius is a fire sign.
And my daughter is a Sagittarius. So in terms of just having a good friend, because actually my daughter is really a good friend of mine. But God. I would never date a Sagittarius man.
Yeah, but she's your daughter, so does that count?
It counts to me because my daughter and I get along so well. Deep conversations. I think they're really intellectual women, not the men. They're intellectual, and I just think they're beautiful people in terms of fiery, feisty is all get out. Mm-hmm. But in terms of a Sagittarius man, no way. I know too many of them. No way.
Yeah.
No way.
I don't know. I like it all around. Like dating them, I had fun with Sagittarius. Best friends. I had a best friend that was my girl. We fell out, but but she was my girl. Like she was
this emotional roller coaster.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a lot of stuff that I wish I could have prevented, but because I'm like a hothead sometimes, and she wasn't really like that fiery sign. Like maybe it was her upbringing or I don't know what it was, but she was like a feisty kind of gal. So when I would get buck and feisty with her, she would be like, "Oh no, I got to get away from her." So that's why we had to end our friendship because it was just too much. But on the flip side, we had fun together. She was cool. She was loyal. We could do anything together and we would get along just fine. So I don't know. I have to say that with Sagittarius.
I have to say that for Sagittarius women, I think they're great. I don't know not a one that's not feisty though. Everybody I know is feisty.
I know a few feisty ones.
There's feisty, and so to back down, I haven't seen that yet. But again, back to the Sagittarius man, nah. Nah.
I love them. They're just,
Nah.
I don't know. I don't even know what I like about them. I just like them.
It was their energy. And I think that I read about like compatibility for certain zodiacs, right? So we look up our own. And I did see for Virgos that Sagittarius was pretty high on the compatibility test. So,
Yeah.
I think the Virgo and the Sag will balance each other out.
You think so?
I think they'll balance each other out. But
I don't know. I haven't had a chance to date one, so I wouldn't know.
Set that up, huh?
Girl, you better
Well,
get
honestly,
fun. They a lot of
the
fun.
Aquarian energy. I like Aquarius.
I just can't believe that. I just can't believe that. Let me say one thing. Like, what I noticed about Virgos is like we're kind of selfish. We have our selfish moments. Yeah, a lot of Virgos I know, including myself, we have our selfish moments. And I honestly feel like that's why me and Aquarius just can't get along, because I don't want you to need me. You know what I mean? I want you to get your own and I'm going to get my own and we'll work together. Yeah. But like, I just can't. I'm not like an open person, you know? And that is true. I will say Virgos
are not a-holes.
No. They are.
I think they can. I think they can.
I've heard that so many times, and not just myself. Like I've heard that from other Virgos, like people that experience Virgos. They always say we're assholes because,
and I think they really can be, because Virgos can be very nonchalant.
We can be.
We're very nonchalant.
But we're the ones that are gonna be honest with you no matter what. Like we're not there to hurt your feelings. We just want you to know, like, okay, this is something that you probably want to chill out on. Yeah. And we're those people, if you're a fronter, we're gonna front you off. Unfortunately, we are going to front you off. And I've known that about me, and I've been told, like, you gotta stop that. Like, but it's like if you don't front, you gonna get fronted off. So
every Virgo I know, male and female, are both all like that. Don't play. They don't come to play.
Please let me know if any of those qualities begin to manifest themselves. I need to know. I don't think that I'm that way. I think I consider myself to be like very kind-hearted, very nice. I can be honest and I can be perceived as like a know-it-all, you know, but that's because people ask me, and when they ask me things, I typically am right about some of the things that I'm saying. And so
okay, so this is where the people who don't know you would think that you're an a-hole.
Right, I was going to say,
yeah. I mean, and that's because Virgos do come off as, I mean, again, they're so nonchalant and
they're blunt.
They're very much
so by Cancer that I'm too blunt.
Yeah.
Too blunt.
Yeah. And I learned something today about myself. Okay, I will receive that.
See, and that's what I love about this, because I know a lot about signs, but I know there's a lot I could learn. So I thank y'all for all of this, because y'all definitely teaching me
some good info.
So there's a few other signs that we really haven't talked about too much. I want to get into the Pisces, the Libras, the Leos. Let's talk about them. What do y'all know about them?
I have a son who's a Pisces.
Okay.
I love my son. And I love that he is a Pisces, because he's like the person who balances me out. He's like directly on the opposite end of the zodiac sign. So when he's in his being his Piscean self, he's very emotional. You'll never know it. Like he's real cool and chill and like collected, but he could have so much going on down here, and very spiritual, intuitive, very, very deep. They're very deep people.
I think Pisces are very emotional.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes,
every Pisces I know is very emotional. They can put on this front like they're the toughest cookies out there.
Yeah.
But will crack at a moment's notice. Every Pisces I know is very emotional, male and female.
Yeah, they are.
We're going to get to the Leos now.
Yeah, we can
we're going to get to the Leos
now. I was going to say, because Leos, that's a whole different ball game. Mm-hmm. You talk about a tough sign.
Baby.
Yeah, they're some tough cookies.
Yeah. Leos don't play.
Yeah, well, Virgos don't either. And so I'm like, bring out my
You see, she's ready. She fights.
Listen, I have one child that's a Leo. My oldest is a Leo. My middle is a Sagittarius. My baby is a Virgo. So I got them all over the place. I have a bunch of different personalities I have to put up with. And that Leo one? that Leo one is, she's a handful. Don't play. Don't play.
I have a Leo. My son's a Leo, so yeah. Very strict.
Yeah.
A certain way. If it's not,
that's it. That's my daughter.
Leos are very territorial too.
Very much so. And my grandson,
like the center of attention.
You think so?
I can say that too. That's my grandson. He's only 4.
Like that's Libras. The Libras are definitely center of attention kind of people.
Mm-hmm. My brother is a Libra, and I think he is the sweetest person, one of the sweetest people I've ever met in my life.
Yeah, they're definitely sweet.
My brother is.
They have great qualities. They do. But it's like probably a day, 24 to 48 hours. That's about our time span before conflict.
That's how I feel about Aquarius.
So, yes.
No, Aquariuses are like, I get what you're saying. Some of them are emotional like that, but and some of them, like when we stand behind something, you're gonna know about it. Like,
definitely rebels.
But I think generally, like Aquarius are good at communication. They love communication. They need intuitive communication. They need to be able to have that, So that's a good side of them, is they're always going to be upfront, communicative with you. But I see on the emotional side. They're not all emotional though. I haven't really come across many emotional.
I don't know, not one emotional Aquarius. I don't even think I've ever seen an Aquarius cry or anything.
We don't really.
They are tough cookies for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's hard to break them. So who are we missing? Is that
all? We're missing the Taurus.
Let's
talk about the Taurus.
Let's get to these Taurus. I feel like Virgo and Taurus, they're like night and day, but they attract each other so well. Like we have a love-hate relationship.
Yeah.
And I mean, my first love, the only love I really had, was a Taurus, and like still to this day, he's like one of my best friends. He's my son's father. Like we get along just well, but relationship-wise, we're like I don't know, we're just kind of like as if water, like two bulls going at each other. But we have a great understanding of each other. We're both complicated people. We're both complicated signs. So I just feel like with us, we kind of understand each other more than any other sign would. And so that's kind of where we are. We're like a real big emotional roller coaster. But we enjoy it. We go wee whenever we're
and put the stomach on the way down.
Right. Camille, what's your experience, Mother Virgo? What's your experience with Taurus?
So my aunt is a Taurus, and I like to call her like my TT mommy, because she's just been like the rock. She's been that ride or die for me. Like when I'm weak and in my moments where I've taken on the world, and now I'm like, I can't do it, TT, I can't do it. She's the one that's like, get your shit together, like buck up, like now I'm like.
It's helping you. Yep.
Like that. So for me, that's helpful for me because I need that from time to time for someone to come along that loves me but can also, kind of give me that tough love.
Right. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What else? What do y'all think about
Taurus? So I don't know. Yeah, that's my family.
They're stubborn.
Yeah, neither.
You should try it. You should try it. It's scary, but it's fun. If you're a daredevil, I definitely recommend a Taurus for you.
Yeah, nah. I'm cool. Not at this age.
She said I'm good.
I'm looking for peace. I'm looking for
fun. You ain't getting peace with a Taurus, but
I'm looking for true love, no toxic vibes, nothing.
And you know what? I hear the other sign. I hear a lot of iffy things are Capricorns. What do you know about Capricorns?
Oh,
I like Capricorns. I feel like they're pushovers though. Like I guess they're like too nice to where like you could really get your way with them.
Yeah, I mean, I've only had one experience. I hung out with this guy who was a Capricorn, but I just found he was very honest, cool to be around. But everybody else I hear talk about Capricorns, they're like, oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah, because
I don't know.
Either it's kind of like extreme to me or they're not like that.
Yeah.
My brother's a Capricorn, so
what is he like? I don't know.
Right.
What are Capricorns?
You saw me shaking my head. No.
Yeah. I kind of feel like Capricorns have like a know-it-all trait.
You think
Yes.
so?
That's what my
Yes.
daughter says.
Yes.
Yes, they are no my brother. I love you, my brother. I love you, but you are know it
Yes, I love my brother very much, but yes, I agree. I concur.
know it
I feel
all.
like Capricorns are very
all.
messy.
They know nothing about what you're talking about, but yet they're still trying to tell you how you do your job. Like what?
Ooh.
I think that about Aries.
Ooh, really?
Well, you know,
you had
know
it
it all.
I mean, you
I have to tell you, I feel that way about Virgos.
Yeah, I hear
I feel that way about
Virgo.
Virgo.
Because they're all different. You know what I
If
mean?
we can have like a mentally stimulating conversation, like I can roll with that. I mean, I want to be
Well, Capricorns.
what? I mean, so is the conversation mentally stimulating as a know-it-all, or is it?
Yeah.
Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. I know what I'm talking about. Like, which one is it?
That's the approach that I get. You don't know what you're talking about, but I do.
Yeah, but I feel like they get that from like because they are like ambitious and hardworking and goal.
I agree with that wholeheartedly.
So they are like straightforward, and it's like they know so much about what they know that they just kind of think they know everything because they are so this and
They don't feel they owe an explanation. It's like, I know what I know. You don't, I mean, just take my word for it. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't like that
I
either.
know.
I wouldn't learn. Yeah, I'm like,
They fun
I
to
thought
me.
this
They
is my brother,
fun.
but
they are fun. Oh my god, yeah, they are fun. I mean, they are. I mean that. I'm not saying they're not. They are just no.
What about like? Has anyone had like a intimate or like a partner that was a Capricorn?
yeah, it didn't last long.
Yeah, I've dated a Capricorn. I never had any like intimacy with them, but we dated and it was fun. Like that was like one of my best relationships ever. But like I said, he was just too nice, or either he was too nice or he didn't want to disappoint me, or either way, it was just kind of like stand on something, you know? Like don't make me feel like I'm just like over and over you. I'm just like this evil person and you got to bow down to me. You do not have to bow down to me, you know?
No, and I
Look,
can say the
Taz
same
May
thing.
said all these love-hate relationships with the signs are hilarious.
Because that's how it is. It's the truth. That's how it is.
But I can say that I didn't date the Capricorn, like date, but we just kind of hung out. I thought he was so cool because his honesty. I respected that honesty to the T. And we had a good time, like cool. But again, not somebody I would ever marry. But you know, he was cool. He was cool.
I didn't mind marrying a Capricorn.
He was cool. He was cool.
I feel like.
Didn't last long.
Oh, go ahead, Lena. Sorry.
We didn't last long. We butted heads too much. Like, can't be right, and we both can't be right, so it's just not gonna work. So,
Like Aries.
no,
Aries.
I didn't last.
Aries like, no, I'm the boss. And
Right. I run this.
I run this
I read
for sure. And I'm a female, so of course I run this.
Well,
I think we like talked about faves in general, but like romantically, who's your fave? Not to get anybody in any trouble, because I know we got some married people in here. I guess maybe that's Camille's question.
see, and unlike Camille.
My favorite is the Aquarius, of course. That I
You
kept
been
saying.
intimate?
I've been attracted. No, I have not. Okay, yeah, no, I have been intimate with an Aquarius. And it was, I had a great time. And I'm feeling like I want to be off camera right now, but yeah, like I'm attracted to that Aquarian energy. And yeah, it was thrilling. Like it was intense. Like the love, the sparks are like huge, you know what I'm saying? And so sometimes I think that it could be a little bit overwhelming, maybe, because you do need a little bit of a balance. So, you know, taking some time off that thing could help.
Ooh,
But
okay.
you know, but I loved it. I love that type of intimacy and like the fun that we had. And so yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I have to
Yes, so
say,
ladies, yeah, go ahead at your own risk. Don't blame
Right,
me. Y'all get
right.
I'm gonna, yes.
now I'm gonna say, if you're looking for a good time, that's where the Scorpio man comes in.
You think so?
If you're looking for a good time and that's all you're looking for, now you're looking for a relationship, I'm gonna tell you to back up. But if you're looking for a good time and you're looking for a good time, that's a Scorpio.
Oh, a good time.
Okay.
Crazy. That tells me a lot about you in the bed.
But if you're looking for the love and the romance and being catered to, that's why I keep going back to the Cancer man.
I was just about to say that.
If you're looking for the love,
anywhere else, like the love, the being cared for, intimacy, all that, but without the drama, is that anywhere in the signs?
I have to say no. I have to say no. I think they all come with some stuff.
Yeah, you're gonna have your good and your bad.
Yeah, I think they're gonna come with some stuff because
you know, I don't have a lot of experience with Scorpios romantically, so I hear that they, you know.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, shut up, Tracy. All right,
that's what I said. Tracy tells me a lot about you in the bed, girl.
Let me shut up. Well, Miss Aries over there, who's married to a Cancer man, she know what I'm talking about, though. Them Cancer men, though, stop playing.
Yeah,
never.
I know. Stop playing.
We would. Yeah. That's crazy. Huh? You need that duality. Yes, you do. You know, you would not appreciate the sun if you didn't have the rain sometimes, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, girl. I like the way you speak that.
Okay. Yeah, I like that.
Look, let me get my church fan out. Hold on.
Ooh.
Cancer men get you with their multiple kids.
Ooh.
Not the multiple kids.
Oh my God. You stay away from them.
Yeah.
That's not a lie.
I gotta lie. Yeah, you're right. Because I'm like Aries over there. I got 3. Cancer
I got
men.
2.
You got 2? Okay.
She said, don't put that 3 on me.
Don't put that 3.
Yeah. We good. And they young. Let's leave them.
Okay. Sydney, do you care to explain your favorite romantically?
I would say Aquarius. I like other Aquariuses. And you know what? And I honestly would probably date an Aries. Like Aquarius or Aries.
Okay.
Just off the people I know. Like I'm thinking of personality, like I don't know. Yeah. Aquarius is my number one because I married Aquarius because of that.
Okay.
She was like,
Aquarius are good in bed. I will not lie about that. You know, Aquarius are definitely good in bed, but that's about it for me anyway. I don't know if I have a favorite. I've been spoiled with some romantic people, so I really don't know. But I do want to try a Leo. I've always wanted to try.
Never came out like an ice cream flavor. You know, I wouldn't mind
proud
that chocolate.
All the flavors.
Academia and that. Capricorn men are great.
Okay. Like I said, I've never had a Capricorn man romantically, just like dating wise and hanging out. So I don't really know how they are, but I guess I wouldn't.
Mixed reviews about Capricorns.
I'll never find
interesting. So, anyone ever had a Libra?
No.
Libra friend, Libra man, Libra woman, nothing like that.
Oh, I dated a Libra. I didn't know it. I didn't know, but I dated. I just looked at it.
I want to remember people's birthdays.
Right? It's like, ooh.
If it wasn't for Facebook, so lost.
Right. Social media definitely helped with that. I feel like because I guess I grew up with a mom that was so into signs that like I always knew who I was getting with or like what sign they were when I was getting with them so that I could just try to figure out how they're going to be. And it actually helped me with a lot of the relationships that I've had. Like it definitely helped me like figure out what personality I'm going to get and how I can act off of it. If I want to defend myself or if I want to like play the role, like, okay, I think I could like handle this. So I've pretty much known every sign that I've ever had, that I've ever dated, I've ever.
That's good.
That's awesome.
Known their sign.
Yeah. I dated a Scorpio.
You've only dated a Scorpio or you never dated?
I have.
Okay. And you didn't like it?
No, I mean,
she's like,
she was thinking about it.
Right. Like, should I even say this?
They were good, but like kind of secretive and sketchy at times. And like, you never were going to get the truth. And also kind of a bit controlling, like wanted to be of little things.
No.
Scared to mess with a Scorpio. I'm not gonna lie. Well, all right, ladies, that does wrap up our zodiac signs. I hope we can definitely continue this. We'll have to do this on another episode of Zodiac Signs Part 2 because that was definitely educational for me to, figure out and see how we all mix together as signs. I dated a Libra man and he was needy and clingy. They have problems with being alone. Libras are very clingy. I will say that they do. I mean, and even in friendships, like I had a friend that she's a female that was always cling to me, and I didn't really like Libras as friends. So I would just be like, you're gonna have to go somewhere. And then she proved herself that she wasn't that loyal friend. So I was like, yes, get the boot. You got to go. But yeah, that's good. That's good to hear, though. Did anybody have any last words they want to say before we shut down? That hour went by so fast. That's a good conversation, though. Yes, we'll definitely have to continue this on another episode.
I do have one question for you ladies that actually look up when you're dating someone, their sign. Do you think that kind of sets a precedence for that person? Like you start looking for those things versus just letting that person's personality unfold? Or do you think it kind of sets you up that you're looking for those things versus just?
I always give them a chance. But then when they start showing, I'm like, I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. But yeah, I definitely will give a chance. Like, let me see who you really are versus just looking at your sign and being like, all right, I already know how they're going to be.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm a bit more cautious in my older years. And so I know what energy works best for me. Along with my intuition and chemistry, I can pretty much tell very, very early on if it's going to work out or not.
I agree.
Really?
Okay.
Well,
yeah.